what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Now, we've been really dealing with verse 1 and the first part of this clause of Paul making this statement to the church. He says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies. That ye present your bodies a living sacrifice. It must be understood that the believer has to have a mind to be willing to be set apart for the service of God. Now, that sounds very plain and sounds very understandable, but let's really tag this thing in our mind. The reason why we do what we do is not just because we're trying to find another activity to do, but we are willing because we have an encounter with God. We feel and we know that God is requiring to use our lives. He's not satisfied for me just coming to a building and sitting and listening to great teaching and preaching, and for me not to grasp the information and not be used by God. But rather, when I receive the information, now I'm held accountable to live out what I have learned. And what I have learned is to be used of God, to serve God in the capacity of the gifting that God has given me. Understanding that I might not be a preacher, understanding I might not be one that work, quote, inside the church, but one thing God is requiring from the body is that we be his vessels of honor, that we will be willing to share the good news of Jesus Christ, that we take the giftings that we understand that we have, and I apply with my giftings the knowledge of Jesus Christ. Just as I work in the school system, I work with kids with bad behavior. As a character coach, I deal with those that has trouble with behavior. But as I'm serving in that capacity of figuring out what is wrong with the child and trying to figure out how we can